find the one. All right, listen, everything Judge says, okay? Good morning, Mr. Carter.
How you doing?
You're charged with two cases. You're charged with terroristic threat. You're also charged with criminal mischief. On both of those cases, you're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 9-month deferred with conditions. You must do an online BIP class, which is, we're doing that. You guys want the 18-week BIP class?
Yeah. Well, as long as it's online, Judge, I believe there is an 18-week online BIP course.
Is that what you're, because we need to get.
I mean, so here's the deal. Yeah, I mean, he lives in Louisiana. I explained to him, I can't transfer it, I guess, technically, because it's not the 13-month thing. So he'd have to come back here and report. And so that's kind of why he's going to try and find an address here. His preference is to be
I'm
here.
okay with Zoom reporting as long as he's clean, right? And he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I'm always okay.
Yeah, so he understands. He understands. Yeah. He also, just so the court knows, he had he did agree, you know, to a 2-year protective order. You know, you go over there, you deny the allegations, agree to abide by the terms and conditions.
In the 280th or where?
Huh?
You said he agreed to a 2-year protective order.
Yes.
Was that in the domestic violence court?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
My only other question now is, this is a criminal mischief. Was there any restitution that's available to the complaining witness?
Judge, they didn't notify us of a written call about any restitution. They just.
There was no rip done ever to see?
There is a RIP, Judge. They just didn't, they just asked for a bit.
Any witness only asked for a bit?
I think it's a townhomes apartment complex. I think they fixed it. Because it was like
It does say in the RIP call that the complainant wanted BIP and restitution. Regarding the criminal mischief, it looks like the restitution was estimated to be $1,600. It was broken windows in a car.
You guys tell me if that's something that you want, then if not, then we'll go forward today. You tell me.
Do you mind if we get a couple minutes just to sit down and just call the
Of course.
complainant?
You know, the thing is, Mr. Carter, the thing is that it's not fair that if you break someone else's stuff, that they have to pay for it, right? Someone has to pay for broken windows and all the broken stuff. If you do the crime, you got to do the time, right? If you're man enough to do the crime, then you're man enough to do the time. And it's not fair to break someone else's stuff and not pay it back. If so, then we will make it a part of your probation, but you can pay it over time. But I'm going to expect you to pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, we've got one place for you. That's it. So just hang tight, give us a couple minutes, they'll figure it out, and then we'll let us know. Okay. A year in jail on both cases. Are we going on which one?
terroristic threat and dismissing the mischief.
Okay. What you also need to understand is you're pleading guilty to this criminal mischief. I'm sorry, to the terroristic threat. You need to also understand that if you continue with the same course of conduct for a certain amount of time with this terroristic threat, they can label you as either a felony harassment, or they can charge you with another felony offense where you're looking at 2 to 10 of the penitentiary if you continue with the same course of conduct. So whatever the conduct was that led you to this terroristic threat, I wouldn't do it again. Because if you do, you may very well land in felony court, and now you're looking at many, many years instead of days. Do you understand?
Your Honor, just so the court knows, he did have some, mental health stuff, but he's taken care of that. He's really addressed it, and he's pretty open about it. That's why I'm bringing it up to the court. So I just wanted in front of the court so he understands too. If anything happens, an episode or something, you need to tell the court, okay?
Taking medication now?
I stopped. It's been months.
So he's not taking care of his men.
Well, he hasn't.
This has been
He
months.
went to the hospital. He addressed. So he voluntarily twice.
This has
So he's
been
voluntarily
What
going.
happened?
I had hung myself.
What?
I hung myself. I got like,
Hung yourself? What the
Yeah.
hell, man?
yeah,
Twice?
yeah.
You know, Mr. Carter, I'm going to tell you that this life, it's a very, very short life, and you only get but one. Once you make that kind of decision, and if you do it the right way, there's just no turning back. You don't get redos in life when you hurt yourself in that manner. You can't. If you hang yourself, there's no redos. There's no, there's no, you you can't come back from it. You know,
Okay, but what I'm
But
bringing this up is the
what-
court is here to help you, not to punish you, okay?
Yeah,
So I want you
sure.
to, okay.
what could be so bad that would make you want to do that? Is it a girl?
Nah, not
Well, then
that.
what?
Get depressed a lot. I don't know. Childhood, that's all. Like I just get depressed. If I'm sitting at home too long, I don't know.
Then the problem is that, and I tell this to every single person that comes here. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. Your brain needs something to do. It craves activity. It's like a little mouse or a hamster that has that wheel that goes around and around. Your brain needs excitement. It needs activity. It needs knowledge. It needs learning. You have to do something with your life, whether it's going to school and challenging yourself with physics or math or engineering, or even picking up a trade like welding. You need something to occupy your time. And most people, what they do is they either get a full-time job or they work. And not only does it keep them out of trouble, but the byproduct is you either get money, you get knowledge. And if you're sitting on your ass doing nothing, you get depressed. What are you doing with yourself now?
Working before I was right in the middle of all this, I was working at like a plant, Tenerius, and like I guess they read up the charges. I don't know, they got like some update, so they terminated me from there. So it's been hard to like get a job. So that's why I went back to Baton Rouge, because most misdemeanors don't pop up, but it's still been difficult. So I came back here and I'm just looking.
If you think it's hard now, the more criminal cases you pick up, the whole hell of a lot more difficult it gets. It really, really does. And, when people see a criminal mischief, when they see the terroristic threat, what it tells them is this guy has no self-control. So if we hire this guy, if we keep him on, if he gets angry, he's liable to just explode. And they don't want people like that. The good thing is here, they're going to dismiss the mischief. You're doing a deferred on the terroristic threat. So what that means is that if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction, right? And then even after some time, if you're good, you can even seal it. If you complete this, I'll seal it for you for free. All you got to do is come back and tell me, look, I've completed this. I've done what I'm supposed to. I'll seal it for you for free. But harming yourself, there's no coming back from it. Nothing is that bad that you'd want to take your life away. You take life one day at a time. There's always a window that will open up when one door closes. Sometimes you may have to wait a little bit, but it will, right? Nothing is that bad to end your life. It just isn't. Not a girl, not just not having a job. What I would suggest is you need to pick up a trade like welding, electrician, because if you can become good at it, you can really make a killing in life doing that. I know I have paperwork here that we can get. I'm going to have you stay so I can get paperwork to help you out so we can get you into like a trade. That way you can learn a skill, get a job with a company, because there's always a need for welders. There's always a need for electricians. And if you get into that, you can really make a killing and do well. Right. Are you supposed to be taking medication?
Supposed to, but I visit the think it's called like Ascension Seaton or something. I forgot what it's called, but I visit, like I haven't been taking it like that. I mean, I've been off well. I mean, this little incident and before it's been months.
Yeah, you may be doing well now, but there's going to be a stressor that pops up in your life and you're not going to be able to handle it. And it may happen that you may eternally regret. The medication is there to help you for when that stressor comes up, you're able to cope with it and able to handle it well.
I mean, Your Honor, and the reason I brought it up too, is there something, maybe the Harris Center, once he moves back here, he's trying to move back here, anything, the court just to, because I don't want, my concern is he has an episode and then he gets revoked and he gets thrown in jail. So I'm trying to get in front of it by bringing it to the court's attention to be like, okay, if something were to happen, I don't want him to lose this opportunity to just get thrown in jail and have a conviction. You know, if there's some sort, obviously if he picked up another case, but.
I'm always happy to help and work with you if we know that you're trying to help yourself though, right? If you're going to be a danger to my public, I'm not going to stand for it. I'm going to tell you that now, because my main concern is my town and I want to protect everybody in it. And if you're going to be a danger to that, I'm not going to stand for it. But if you try to help yourself, I'm always there to help you out as well. All you got to do is come up to us and tell us that you need something, and we're always here to help with whatever you need. I'm happy to help you get a job as well. You know?
It's been hard. Searching my background. I had a good job, like $25.
I have a sheet of paper that I'm going to get you over here that has a list of resources to help you get a job. In fact, we are having a fair. It's called the Fresh Start Program, November 9th, and we'll help you get a job as well too. Hold on, look. Let's do this. I'm going to need you to wait so I can get the paperwork for you. Let's get this done because we're building a line.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, sorry, Judge. I just want to make sure he's successful in this. And I know he's good about communicating, staying in touch, even if.
the success will happen if one, you communicate, and number two, if you show up. I'm going to take all your fines and fees away so you won't owe anything with regard to fines and fees. All you have to do is show up, have a willingness to do the work, and then we'll be there to help you. I want you to get a job because you're not doing anything and you need something to occupy your time. We will help you. All you have to do is show up. So on the terroristic threat, you're facing a year. Like I said, you're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this probation. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with us until you complete it successfully or unless you get revoked. If you do something to violate the probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest and I'm going to put you in jail. I don't want to have to, so just do what you need to do. What are we doing, Shatori?
BIP and $100 donation to the Houston area women's shelter.
Okay. BIP is a batterers intervention prevention program. I don't, can we pay for that? What about, is there's no TAP funding?
I can look into it, but it's not one that we offer in-house, so.
Can you look, please? We're going to look to see if I can fund it for you. I don't know. I'm going to try to.
Scenario, can we give him a little time to get started on that? Just to get.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you to get a full-time job though. I'm making it a condition of your probation that you get a full-time job. Not this, I'm going to search one day and I'm going to take 4 days off and I'm going to sit at home and do, no. I don't want you to smoke weed and I'm going to test you like crazy. If I find that you're smoking dope, that's it. Do you understand? Because the worst possible other thing you can do is put a bunch of different foreign substances in your body. And then because that can make you go haywire as well.
Right now, I don't do drugs at all.
Oh. How do you plead to the terroristic threat? Guilty or not guilty? All right, I'm not going to find you guilty. I'll withhold it. How long, Shatori, are we doing? It's a 9-month deferred with the conditions. And then I'm gonna have you wait. Don't leave because I'm gonna get you a lot more paperwork because we're gonna try to help you find a job. Okay? All right, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow.